I'm gonna try to make this not sound. I'm not gonna try to derail or go all over the place. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to be as transparent and fit all of this into one direction that I'm moving in, so we don't break off and just start off and just start shooting into every position. But I got finished watching SmackDown. I was actually watching the whole show. You know what? I actually was gonna release this. Release this particular video yesterday because I got, or pretty much like during the week, because because as the title reinstates, I'm getting so sick and tired. I'm getting really starting to get ticked off. Of course, the people starting, and of course the Triple H nut huggers, were people starting to take this narrative and reinforce it as the reason of why WWE is still in the very position that it's always been in. So you know what I said, I wanted to watch. Here's what we are gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I wanted let's wait to SmackDown. Regardless, let's just wait for SmackDown and let's see if something. And let's just look at it and see if if anything is going to happen on the show. Pretty much like the same thing. I guess you could say pretty much the same thing happened like last week. Of course, to when Rhea and Charlotte first met, they did that again. I don't know why, but yeah, they make it like no matter what they do, nobody is going to give a single capital F to care about Charlotte and Rhea. Like, they really think people are gonna give a fuck about Rhea and Charlotte heading into WrestleMania. They do not care about that. You're definitely not gonna make Charlotte a baby face that people are gonna get behind. That's you're gonna get laughed out the building. But yeah, so I said I wanted to get. I just wait, and I wanted to look at SmackDown. But yeah, it's pretty much it's whatever. And so so now we're here now. Nothing really didn't really happen. Of course, pretty much guess you could say a recap of what happened this past Monday. Of course, Jey Uso was reunited with the Bloodline. You have the storyline that's been going on. Dom has been just continuously disrespected. That's also the only storyline outside of the Bloodline in WWE that I care for right now. And then you have the pick of bones. Pretty much everything else was just whatever they put together. It's like continuously the same week over and over again. And mind you that this is we should be well over a year now, right? That just Triple H has been head, the head of creative. This has been his position for a year. Yeah, I don't know, because he got in there by June of last year, so I don't think it's really not a year yet. It would have to be June. We're getting close to that, so almost a year since we're coming up on almost a year since Triple H has been in that position. And what have we seen? Wait, let's go. Let's first, before we get to the card, let's look at that. As soon as he got back in, as soon as he got into that position of power, what did we see? Yeah, we seen Bray Wyatt come back. Obviously, we seen Hit Row come back. We seen obviously the people that he likes, and probably some fan favorites that he's brought back. We seen Hit Row come back. We seen Braun Strowman come back. We seen Johnny Gargano come back. We seen Dexter Lumis come back. We seen all those people, Karrion Kross, all those people come back. And what are they doing right now? Are they adding to the show? Are they increasing viewership? Are they involved in anything interesting? Now tell me, how is that? And before we started hearing rumors I said regardless of the fact, Triple H, Triple H is still the head of that position. I said, have they contributed anything to the overall value of WWE? Have they or have they not? And that's a pretty easy answer. Overall they've just been added to the overall. They like I said, being Triple H being in that position to begin with, they've been trash. They've been doing the opposite about outside, and that's just bringing the overall. That's making the overall TV even more unwatchable, more worse. Rated. I mean, yeah, people can say like the ratings have been, things are. I mean, come on, it's WWE. You could say that things have been worse. It's always been like that way, but still, pretty much, I would say that there has really relatively no change. And what are people saying to this? Where are people trying to go this out of? People are trying to run this shit like as they're trying to say that Vince McMahon is the culprit. Of course, Vince McMahon is the primary reason. Vince McMahon is booking these shows ever since, at the beginning of the year. There's rumors. Of course, he's back. Of course, and that's only for the deal of to sell WWE. Sorry. And of course, I heard people said, he was even in the gorilla position. He's given creative suggestions, trying to talk to Triple H and to see of how to book, the overall content, the creative of WWE. I said regardless, it being that. Because before, like I said, I could care less because it's still, Triple H is still the head of that position. He makes the final decision. He's been in that role for almost a year now. It does not matter. They've appointed him that head, regardless of Vince McMahon still being practically, if you want to say, the majority owner or the owner of the company. But Triple H has been in that position over a year, and what has happened? What has he done? What has he contributed to the overall product? Nothing. He has done nothing. The returns, this whole ordeal, lazy, just uninteresting garbage ordeal with Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy, just that bullshit, and Karrion Kross going further and further down the card as if anybody knows he's here to begin with. Johnny Gargano back to NXT. And y'all want to blame, of course, y'all want to take the easy the cop out to saying that this is Vince's fault. I said people want to go and say, they want to tread back to Vince McMahon and say it's all because of him. And people are saying that Triple H was going to be as upchained and Raw. Like, please, things are just, it's not more, if I would say things are more not so, they've been the same. It's not like things have gotten worse. I mean, it's always been that way. But as far as Triple H being in that position, and as far as bringing morale, shit has been the same. Regardless, Vince being out of that position or, having influence. Mind you that Triple H, I say regardless of that, he's been working close to Vince McMahon for a matter of years now. And he's had influence over him as a booker. Or, as a creative role, whatever you want to say in that process. There is, outside of the bloodline, I said, of course, you can't say he that shit, that, the bloodline story has already been in the play. Triple H didn't do nothing to make that possible. He didn't do anything or nothing else to make that story further that story. There's been none of the matches on this card, too. And they've been, we have less than 3 or 4 weeks before, WrestleMania is coming around the corner. And what one match has been what match has been has brought an enormous amount of attraction? Like I said, outside real of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, nothing else has been interesting. Of course, like I said, you have the Triple H, you have the Triple H com droppers getting on their knees and trying to put all this on, the old man himself. I said, like, Triple H has his part to play. I knew no shit was gonna play out. We got 3 or 4 weeks to WrestleMania, and the card looks lackluster. There has been no intrigue into any part, Matt. And that what the most I said outside of the Bloodline story, the most story that I've been seeing that get that amount of attention as far as the Bloodline is Hope Rey Mysterio and Dominic and Rey Mysterio, and they don't even have a match on the fucking card. I said, do you have people want to blame Vince McMahon? Like, of course, to make up for their shortcomings of him saying, I knew how this was going to play out. The easy scapegoat. Yeah, just like tonight, just like Monday night, and just like tonight. Just like has been going on for the better, for the better part of these weeks, nothing has been going on to give that kind of build so far. Nothing has been. It's all have been quiet crickets. Nothing has been interesting, but yet people want to blame Vince. Now they have what they need to say. Oh, something happens, they could just say it's Vince McMahon. Oh, he must have something to do with the booking. It's Vince McMahon. He's back. I said regardless of the fact, people want to take it. I said people when it comes to the news, people only want to use it to their benefit to prove that to some sort of because they want to prove they were right when it comes to Vince McMahon or whatever. Regarding the news, they want to prove they were right. Something I said they want to hang that over their head, and that shit is laughable when you hear about it. I said regardless of the fact Triple H has had this role, and he's been doing nothing with it. He's been doing nothing. People want to tell you, people especially. People in the bad like this, just the rest of social space. People want to tell you what they want to tell you. They want to force you to believe what they want to force you to believe about Triple H, and that's not the case at all. Like I said we're going into the teeth of WrestleMania, and outside of the matches on these cards, going into the build of WrestleMania, none of them have been getting any real build at all.